is on its feet.
Sting's been in the wrestling business for nearly 4 decades, with many behind-the-scenes stories for fans to enjoy. Initially making his in-ring debut in 1985, Sting became part of the WCW roster only a couple years later and experienced a meteoric rise, becoming one of the promotion's top stars and regularly tangling with wrestlers like Ric Flair. As the years went on, Sting went from excitable babyface surfer to a Crow-esque vigilante, reaching new heights in popularity in the process. With a career that took him into TNA, WWE, and finally AEW before retiring from the ring in 2024, Sting's been in the wrestling business for nearly 4 decades. That means there are loads of backstage stories about Sting. So let's take a look at 10 of them from across the years, including the origins of his Crow persona. So let's go to the video. Number 10. How Sting got into wrestling. Given his devotion to the sport, fans may be shocked to find out that Sting, born Steve Borden, wasn't a wrestling fan, as he never had access to it growing up. What piqued his interest in wrestling was actually his future rival Hulk Hogan, who was a regular at the gym a young Borden co-owned in the early 1980s. Upon finding out what a lucrative business wrestling was, Borden attended a WWE show and found himself captivated by the theatrics, so he decided to pursue a career in the ring. Number 9. How Sting became the Crow. In response to the New World Order's invasion and WCW's lack of faith in him, Sting pivoted to a darker character inspired by the 1994 film The Crow. The gimmick change made Sting an even more popular star before, and he basically owed it all to his fellow WCW star Scott Hall. Basically, Hall noticed Sting was growing his dark hair out but was still wearing his colorful outfits and face paint, so he suggested taking inspiration from The Crow, since wrestling was trending towards darker attitudes.
Yeah. You need to slow down, dickhead!
He couldn't have stopped.
He was a butt face. I could have made it.
Number 8. His disastrous feud with Vampiro. When WCW introduced the Millionaires Club vs. the New Blood storyline in 2000, the stage was set for WCW's veteran stars to feud with younger talent. For Sting, his big opponent during this angle was Vampiro, a similarly gothic wrestler in Face Point. As fans may remember, the feud proved to be disastrous, with weak matches including a Human Torch match. At the time, Sting was fully aware it wasn't working due to a lack of chemistry between them. To Sting's credit, he was pretty generous to his feud with Vampiro, allowing the younger wrestler to cross lines in their feud that the Stinger wouldn't normally be comfortable with. Number 7. Sting helped Vader get used to the North American style. One of Sting's greatest feuds in WCW was against Big Van Vader, one of the standout monster heels of the 1990s, who famously beat Sting for the WCW World title, while their feud benefited both stars. Working together also helped Vader a lot backstage. When Vader arrived in WCW, he was tearing it up overseas in New Japan Pro Wrestling, working a stiff style that wasn't going to work in North America. By working together, Sting taught Vader how to effectively work the American pro wrestling style, assuring the newcomer that Sting would put in the effort to make his offense look good. Number 6. Pushing for James Storm to win. During his run with TNA, Sting's major rivals included AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, and Abyss, among various others. But one frequent opponent of Sting's was Cowboy James Storm, multi-time tag team champion and a former world champion. Back in 2008, however, they were crashing all the time, with Sting always getting the best of his opponent. According to Storm himself, it was such a one-sided affair that Sting actually approached TNA management about booking Storm to win a little, because it was killing the younger star's credibility. Number 5. Sting's fight with Dick Slater. By all accounts from his colleagues, Sting is generally a well-liked wrestler. That said, even the most beloved wrestlers can get into tiffs with their peers. In Sting's case, he had a very real backstage fight with Dirty Dick Slater, who was known for being legitimately tough. Back in his days wrestling for Bill Watts' Universal Wrestling Federation, formerly Mid-South, had heard that his girlfriend Dark Journey had been riding with Sting between shows. So Slater took it upon himself to give the Stinger a brutal beating, and also gave the Stinger a swirly. Number 4. Behind the scenes at Starrcade 97. Sting's reinvention into Crow Sting was part of an 18-month storyline, leading to a huge confrontation with NWO leader Hollywood Hogan for the WCW World title at Starrcade 97. However, the finish to the highly anticipated match was a crushing disappointment, Sting apparently losing a match by a fast count before it was restarted. Initially, Sting was supposed to score a clean victory over Hogan, but when it came time for the show, according to WCW boss Eric Bischoff, Sting, who hadn't wrestled a match in months, didn't seem like he was in the best physical or mental shape to perform. As a result, the finish was changed to the fast count fiasco.
Me. Sting wants to have arms like me, but Sting, no matter. Oh, Tony, look at this! Look at this!
Goodbye, Eric Bischoff is about to be your rear end.
Hogan's beginning to smell funny. Oh!
So why doesn't Hogan get in the ring? Yes.
Number 3. How the Jarretts brought him into TNA. Following the demise of WCW, Sting seemed to lay low in the pro wrestling world, performing at international shows before debuting for TNA in 2003. The appearance was a one-off affair before he became a regular in 2006, with Jeff and Jerry Jarrett working to bring Sting into the fold for that initial debut. According to Jeff Jarrett, it was ultimately his father Jerry who convinced Sting to work with the new promotion, citing Sting's huge respect for the elder Jarretts. Number 2. The stunt that nearly killed Sting. As WCW fans remember, Sting would quite often descend to the ring from the rafters on a cable before taking a bat to various NWO members. While it was cool, it was also potentially a dangerous stunt, one that infamously killed wrestler Owen Hart in 1999. A similar malfunction nearly took Sting's life a couple of years earlier, and it was Sting's first time doing the stunt. Just before Sting was about to rappel down on live television, someone noticed that the ropes were set up the wrong way, which would have been disastrous. Thankfully, the crew was able to quickly correct the mistake and Sting descended without a hitch. Number 1. Why Sting avoided WWE for so long. Having wrestled pretty much everywhere else notable, Sting finally debuted for WWE in 2014. Although his run with the company left a lot to be desired in the eyes of fans, Sting's arrival in America's top promotion was a long time coming, as fans had been anticipating it since WCW went under in 2001. But there's a good reason for such a delayed debut, and it all comes down to Sting himself. Having seen how the incoming WCW wrestlers were presented in their new promotion, Sting didn't want to be buried in WWE just because of where he worked before. So today I explained to you in this video 10 backstage tales about Sting fans should know. So what do you think about this video? If you like the video, you should like it, and also subscribe to my channel. So I say goodbye for today. Good luck to all of you.